Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You guys know I love this game. And about a year ago, I made a video of the top 10 worst stages in Smash Ultimate. And I didn't have any plans to make a list about the best ones, because there are some really good ones, but I feel like it was easier to make one about the worst ones, because the good outweigh the bad, you know. But I was able to narrow it down to 10. These are my top 10 favorite stages in Smash Ultimate, and while I like to play a little more competitively, like not on too many, casual stages, this is just, when I feel like just messing around in Smash, just playing just normal, hazardous, cool, casual little stages, Anyways, let's get into this. Before we do that, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to notifications, and leave a comment, and you'll be a loyal subscribers.
I wanted to give to you, the last part of your notes here, the significance spiritually of the number 10 in the Bible.
We start off this list with a stage that is new in Ultimate. In fact, it's a DLC stage, so it's kinda really new in a way. I'm talking about the King of Fighters Stadium. When we got a first look at the stage, not very in-depth, just a stage, when it was really just a quick little look at Terry gameplay, I was thinking it was gonna be lame and not being anything more than just a generic walk-off. But the gimmick of King of Fighters Stadium is actually a lot of fun. In fighting games like King of Fighters, there are pretty much invisible walls, so King of Fighters Stadium stayed true to that and threw in the invisible walls, and when you KO your opponent, there is a slow-mo effect where you go through the wall, and I think that is really cool. It is an otherwise simple stage, but the wall mechanic adds a lot of fun to it. But if there's another fighting game character as DLC, I want to see this wall mechanic brought back in their stage, because it's a cool little twist. I remember when I played Brawl and I really liked PictoChat. Well, in Smash 3DS, they introduced PictoChat 2, and then Ultimate brought back PictoChat 2 and not PictoChat 1, which is weird. I feel like they probably should have combined the two, but doesn't matter because PictoChat 2 is still a lot of fun for the same reasons. Also, first off, before we get into it, anyone remember playing PictoChat on the DS? Don't hear too many people talking about it, but that was a shit ton of fun. Anyways, it has different drawings, but the thing about the stage is still intact, and that there are multiple different forms to it that never get all annoying. There are like 27 drawings on the stage, and they are all really cool, and you really don't know what to expect sometimes. It's also random, which makes it a bit of a guessing game, and albeit a fun one. Sure, there are many stages that are hazardous, but this stage is an example of hazards being done right. So, PictoChat 2 is a lot of fun, and is definitely a great time to play on.
So I'm going to be giving this flavor 8.5 out of 10 scoops.
Now I really like traveling stages. An honorable mention goes to Prism Tower and Delfino Plaza, as they both almost cracked this list. But they lost out to Skyloft. Skyloft is a traveling stage where the layout changes wherever it travels, but the layout isn't necessarily too bad, like the layouts it goes to. And when I say Skyloft is a traveling stage, I mean it travels all over Skyloft, and it is beautiful. The amount of spots in the stage where you travel to are all distinct but not hazardous at all, making it a rather more relaxing and cool stage to fight on. You would need an infinite time rule set in order to see all the transformations Skyloft has to offer, and it is fitting because Skyward Sword, whether you like it or not, aside, it has a lot in it, and Skyloft is certainly represented and shows that. However, Skyloft isn't the only traveling stage on this list. Maybe we'll get into one later.
36.
Very close, but that's not it. Let's go to Gary the Retard. What number between 2 and 4?
7.
Believe it or not, I mostly play on the stages that most people call tourney legal, whether it's Battlefield, Small Battlefield, Final Destination, Smashville, Town and City, Kalos, Unova, Pokemon Stadium 2, Yoshi's Story, maybe even Hazardless Wily Castle, or maybe even Minecraft or Northern Cave, or Yggdrasil's Altar, or Fountain of Dreams, or Hazardless Dreamland, blah blah. What do these stages all have in common? Well, either they are all tourney legal stages, or, at least without hazards on, they are relatively simple stages that are good for a little more competitive play, and maybe sometimes are tourney legal. Yes, I know I mentioned stages like Yggdrasil's Altar and Dreamland, which aren't necessarily tourney legal, and I also mentioned stages like Minecraft and Northern Cave, which may be too early to say, and I'm also putting multiple stages in one entry, but first off, it's my list, I can do what I want, and second off, it is just refreshing to play on a stage that doesn't have hazards up the ass. It's not too often I play on stages like the other ones on this list, so to compensate, I put all the rather simple or more tourney legal stages at one spot.
Okay, Mrs. Puff, what's my final score?
6.
Woo! I remember when Mario Odyssey came out, and it was a phenomenal game. And when the thought of Smash on the Switch came up, yeah, even before it was officially announced, I thought that Odyssey needed to be represented in Smash because it is an awesome game, and New Donk City in some way needed to be a stage. Well, here we go, off the rails, see what I did there, with New Donk City Hall. 4 new stages in the base game of Ultimate, 1 made the list. Good job. New Donk City Hall is exactly what I'd imagine a New Donk City stage to be, which is awesome, and like it travels across New Donk City, which was without question the coolest place to explore in Mario Odyssey. Not to mention the mechanic where you hover over certain background characters and trigger them to have their instrument to start playing with the music. I think that is a very cool mechanic that I don't think has ever been done before. And the places the stage travels to are just great looking, and you have one very fun stage with New Donk City Hall.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Zelda is one of Nintendo's biggest franchises, and that being said, it doesn't have too many characters, which is weird. However, with its rather lack of characters, it at least tries to make up with its amount of stages, and Zelda has some awesome stages, as we've seen with Skyloft and now Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is like the perfect casual stage. A relatively simple stage with not too much going on, but just enough for it not to be boring. You have the water, the slingshot, and the cannons in the background, which allow for some crazy shenanigans, and then there is the boulder that the ship goes into, allowing for even more crazy shenanigans. Not to mention the aesthetic that it takes from Wind Waker, as this is a Wind Waker stage. I feel it just looks great and translates very well into Smash. And the layout of a pirate ship ain't too bad either. Pirate Ship is certainly a fan favorite stage from Smash, and my god, it is very easy to see why. Wanna know what stage I feel is criminally underrated? Super Mario Maker. This is such a unique and cool concept that makes the stage so much fun. The thing about Super Mario Maker is that it's never the same stage twice. The layout changes each time you play, and I think that is awesome and hella unique, and definitely warrants a spot this high on the list. Minecraft stage tried to do the same thing, and while it's not that bad, the only changes is whether or not there are platforms there and where the blocks appear. With Super Mario Maker, you don't really know what you're gonna get each time. Will the stage have slopes? Will there be lava? Is there going to be a normal platform or a bunch of blocks? Will there be a pipe there? Will the stage be split off into 2? You never know. and then you play the stage and find out for yourself. Super Mario Maker is a very fun and unique stage, and you will have a good time on it, trust me. We go from one underrated stage to another with Midgar. Midgar is another stage I don't hear too many people talking about, but man is this stage fun. It starts off as just a regular battlefield, but then a summon appears and they all add a lot to the stage. There is one that splits the stage in half, one that makes the platforms all electric, one that makes water go all around the stage, one that throws a giant beam on the side of the stage and you have to try to avoid it, and one that burns the side of the stage, and it adds a lot of fun and a game of throwing each other into those hazards. Not to mention, the Midgar background is absolutely stunning, and I love how they just put Midgar in the background. Midgar is one super fun stage to mess around in, and can even become a battle between who gets the summon. I get we don't like stages like Wily Castle or Gower Plain because it turns into a match against the stage, but this isn't the same case. This is an example of a fun hazard, similar to PictoChat from earlier.
What kind of pencil do we take again?
Number 2. Take a number 2.
Looks like you took a big number 2.
I'm sure you expected Hyrule Temple, and I might be a little predictable for this one, but it's still a great stage. Hyrule Temple is an example of a big stage being done right. Nothing at all goes on in this stage. It's just a relatively simple stage that is big but not too big to where it's not fun, and because of that, you know, it's fun. Hyrule Temple, again, is the perfect big stage. I don't often play 8 players, but if I ever do, this is probably the stage I'd play on. The different parts of the stage don't get annoying either, and there's a reason it's popular to make videos seeing what character can get across the bottom of the stage. Hyrule Temple is a stage that is big and fun, and now you know why Hyrule Temple has returned to pretty much every Smash game since it was added in Melee. However, most of you probably had the stage at number 1, but not quite for me.
I'm Luigi, number 1.
For me, the best stage I feel has to be Woohoo Island. Why is Woohoo Island number 1? Well, I feel it's the perfect traveling stage, representing a game that was perfect for a traveling stage. The more I think about it, I'm kind of surprised there's no Wii Sports stage in Brawl, as that was like a big launch title for the Wii. But we got one in Smash 4, and it goes all over the places in Wii Sports Resort. From the fencing arena, to the frisbee place, to the wave racing, to the fountain, to like more and more. I can go on and on and on and on. It's also not too hazardous either. Yes, it travels, but that's really it. It's just fun to see all the places from Resort, and it's almost like that one game from Resort where you fly around Woohoo Island, as you pretty much get to do that here. It looks great, it's fun to play on, the places it travels to are fantastic. All that and more is why Woohoo Island is number 1. So that was my top 10 favorite stages in Smash Ultimate. There are a lot in this game, so I definitely left some out. There are definitely some that differ from your opinion, so I want to know down below what you think are the top 10 best stages in Smash Ultimate. If you like this video, come subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.